This is the Cubot King Kong ES5 rugged phone, and today we're torturing it until it completely dies. We're burying it alive, blasting it with jet water, freezing it solid, and throwing it out of a 4th floor window. Cubot claims this thing is built for real work. Test number 1, fire. The channel's science department came up with this original hairspray method for your enjoyment. A 5 to 6 second blast and we'll see what's what. As you saw, firepower was naturally concentrated on the top area of the King Kong, and there's some minor, I'd say minor, melting and cracking on the paint job of the metal backplate, as well as minor melting of the rubber around the sides, but all completely cosmetic because after each round we are checking an extensive list of the phone's features, like charging, speakers, fingerprint sensor and display. A quick side note, the King Kong comes with a pre-installed screen protector. Since Cubot provides this for free, we'll leave it on for as long as it's still usable. If you want to check out the rest of the specs like the fortified rubber corners or the IP69K rating, pause right here. Next is the major scratch test. I've got a toolkit full of sharp objects, nuts, bolts, screws and such, and we're going to place King Kong inside and simply shake the hell out of this box to simulate life on a building site. King Kong rises from the toolbox with relative ease. Apart from this crack across the screen protector, which is to be expected, the actual display is still fine, fully functioning. There are some teeny tiny micro scratches around the body, but that's it, with all functions still working. But now we'll take it up a notch and bury King Kong alive in a shallow grave. Chuck him in with no care at all, and then if that wasn't enough, we used an old CIA trick on him. After we got all the information we wanted out of King Kong, we dug him up and sprayed him off, followed by a calmer spa bath. The damage was clear to see. We accidentally shoved the shovel into his face whilst digging him up, but using my experience as a tech reviewer, I was 90% sure that this was just the screen protector damaged and not the display itself, and everything else was fully functioning. But what if we didn't get all the dirt out? This high-powered jet spray we have is on the highest setting for vehicles, and this is a real test of the IP69K rating, which should be able to handle jet blasts. And for the first time, I predicted we would have a total failure here of either the microphone or the speaker because we did not hold back. King Kong was blasted from every angle, including the screen. In the aftermath, we saw zero cosmetic damage and most of the features performed perfectly, though I did feel the speaker's performance was affected slightly. However, I felt that it would dry out after 12 hours and go back to normal, and it's also not dead, so I'm calling it a pass on this test. Now the Titanic passenger test. I'm going to throw King Kong into freezing water for 4 hours and then rescue it at dawn. Temperatures in my version of the Atlantic are actually way worse because we take things seriously here. After 4 hours, King Kong was truly Steve Rogered, Han Soloed, Megatroned. I delicately broke the ice barrier, though it seemed King Kong was completely frozen to the bottom and there was no cosmetic damage. But I didn't want to turn on an iced phone right away, battery, chemical, temperature difference and all of that science stuff, so I left him to dry on the rack with the cutlery and called it a night. The next morning he hadn't moved and he was alive and all functions were working. Now a simple drop test from shoulder height. First on its backplate, which didn't actually end up on its backplate, but still all functions working. On its side, all functions working. And finally on its face. And this is where it all kicked off. Complete destruction of the screen protector, so we had to remove it. And perfecto. Smooth as butter. The screen did not have a single mark on it, not even a micro mark, and all functions were once again working. So we moved on to a situation that we're all familiar with, jumping through a tiny gap in the stairs through multiple floors. The first drop didn't go as far as I wanted, but was still fairly violent. And way more violent than the drop test outside, and all functions were working. But I'm sorry, that wasn't enough, so we did it again.
That did it?
And yes, all of the floors were cleared, and this is a proper drop, and nothing. There wasn't anything wrong with it.
Wow. I thought that screen would be gone. What's that? 4 floors, 3 floors. Nothing. I think it's because of this protective rim on the outside.
Did the raised lip around the display save it? There are a few little extra cosmetic marks, but all functioning, all working. At this point, we kind of just wanted to go home, so we decided to drop it out of a 4th floor window. So I should point out that Cubot doesn't actually mark it jumping out of a 4th floor window for this device.
Action.
Oh, I can hear the vibrations actually. Like, it is on. It is. I can feel it's got power. It's just the screen. Wait, let me see if I can turn the torch on. Whoa! So King Kong's face kind of got smashed to bits by the impact there, but wait a minute, folks. Charging, smashed it. So basically the entire phone is still working still. It's just the puny technology of glass that couldn't survive a simple 4th floor death jump. Now, while this rugged phone clearly sounds a bit gurgly, if you actually want to hear what pristine audio sounds like, you need to see what happened when I tested these. Click right here to check out my full review of the Nothing Headphone A's to see if they're worth your money. Feel free to spam the comment section below, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.